We like to think that people get what they deserve. If you work hard and make the right decisions, you should have a good life. So if it doesn't work out, we feel like it's our fault. But 43 million Americans, including 15 million children, live in poverty. I don't think it's all their fault. The job market is like a game of musical chairs, and since we depend on employment to stay out of poverty, it's like playing musical chairs over hot coals. Traditional 40-hour week, full-time jobs are becoming scarce. Meanwhile, technology is removing chairs from the game. Cars can already drive themselves. But it's not just taxi and truck drivers who should be worried. It's fast food workers, retail associates, farmers, lawyers, writers, accountants, doctors, even animators like me. All sorts of jobs can now be done in part or entirely by machines. No matter how educated we get, at some point we can't compete with their speed or cost. It should be great if we have more time, but the way our system's set up, we're in for a lot of pain. So a lot of people like me think we should have a universal basic income. It would be something like $1,000 a month, and let us live with dignity, regardless of work status. It would reduce stress and insecurity, and give us the time to focus on work that has more purpose and meaning. It'd be like a secure floor over the hot coals. Might feel wrong giving out money with no strings attached. Some think people might stop working altogether. They could spend it all on drugs or alcohol, or just play video games all day. But let's look at the evidence. Experiments and programs providing direct cash transfers have been conducted all over the world. They show that as people's economic security improves, they continue to work. More start their own businesses. Crime rates drop, health outcomes improve, more people finish school, and people are able to stay housed. Now before you call me a dirty communist in the comments section, let's go back to 1970, when 80% of Americans were for a basic income. Advocates included Martin Luther King Jr., Milton Friedman, John Kenneth Galbraith, church groups, labor unions, 1,200 economists, and President Nixon himself. These economists sent him a letter saying the country will not have met its responsibility until everyone in the nation is assured an income no less than the officially recognized definition of poverty. The cost would be substantial, but well within the country's economic and fiscal capacity. Nixon's Family Assistance Plan passed the House, but was blocked in the Senate by Republicans who said it cost too much, and Democrats who said the amount wasn't high enough. Eventually, a study came out saying basic income increased divorce. Turned out the numbers were wrong and divorce rates don't really change, but it was too late. There was a moral panic about women having too much freedom, and we haven't heard much about it since. But there is an example of basic income already happening in America. The Alaska Permanent Fund was created in 1976 from revenue generated from state land. The fund recognizes each Alaskan as a co-owner of these natural resources, and it pays all residents a dividend between $1,000 and $2,000 a year. It's widely popular, and Alaska is among the most equal of U.S. states, with the lowest rates of poverty and the highest well-being index scores. Economists from across the political spectrum agree that basic income is affordable. One way to do it is to have a negative income tax, where income is supplemented to a certain level, and benefits gradually taper off as you earn more. This is the model that almost happened in the 70s, and is being tested in Ontario right now. Another way to do it would be to have a universal basic income, where everyone gets something like $1,000 a month. This is the model I prefer, because it avoids the means testing of what the income cutoff should be, and it can cost the same as a negative income tax. Either way, bringing everyone in America above the poverty line amounts to a $900 billion transfer from the richest 20% to the rest of us. When people are desperate, crime rates go up, education rates drop, and healthcare costs rise. It's not a magic bullet that's going to solve everything, but by investing in a basic income, we save on these massive costs before they start, and won't have to worry so much when our jobs can be done by machines. Please add your voice to the growing movement for a basic income, and start conversations with your family, friends, colleagues, and elected representatives. It's time for a universal basic income.
Now, one of the answers, it seems to me, is a guaranteed annual income, a guaranteed minimum income for all people and for all families of our country. Seems to me